The other day, I came across this tweet, and at first, I didn't really think much of it, but then I read it again. For context, the guy who made this tweet is a billion-dollar copywriter, so he's literally sold over $1 billion worth of stuff on the internet through copy. He's been a copywriter for over a decade, I don't even know how long, and he runs a bunch of his own offers and makes, tens of millions of dollars. So on top of that, he's also just one of the smartest guys in our industry and, a very good copywriter who's switched on and knows everything about the market. So when he tweets something like this, I think every single copywriter needs to pay attention. So let's read it. I personally don't think that most people would be well served to become copywriters given the state of artificial intelligence. My personal feeling is that in the very near future, 80 to 90% of current copywriters will get replaced by 10 to 20% of copywriters who are very good and leverage artificial intelligence. I actually think this is already happening, but it will only continue to accelerate. In fact, I think it's possible that the percentage of copywriters who get replaced might be even higher, like 95% or 97%. This doesn't mean that copywriting won't be important. It's just that in general, we'll need more quote unquote copy thinkers than copywriters. And I think it's also important for those who are copywriters now to really understand the customer journey in a very holistic way. From ads to advertorials to PDPs, product pages and VSLs to checkout pages, etc. So that's why I'm making this video, because this billion-dollar copywriter is literally saying that 95% of copywriters are going to get replaced. And that's kind of crazy because I literally write copy for a living. Like I run an agency where I have 4 copywriters writing emails and VSLs and advertorials every single day. I started my career in direct response, writing copy as a freelancer. So this is crazy to read from somebody who's, quite well respected in the industry. And that's why I'm making this video today, because a lot of people sent me this tweet. So I'm going to give you my thoughts on what he said. And I'm also going to tell you how you can pivot and what you should do if you want to make money in 2025 based on what he's saying. Because a lot of you watching this video are probably thinking that copywriting is doomed and you should probably pivot and go do something else. And in many ways, that's true. It is doomed, but not in the way you think it is. So let's go back to his tweet. Everything he says about AI and how copywriters who use AI are going to replace copywriters who don't is true. In fact, I've been saying this since 2022 because in 2022, I sold a program called the AI Copywriting Accelerator. And on the sales letter for that program, I literally said the same thing. I said that copywriters aren't going to get replaced by AI on its own. They're going to get replaced by other copywriters who use AI to produce their copy. It's that simple. So the overall premise of the tweet that, 10 to 20% of copywriters are going to take over, I agree, that's true. But that's not why I made this video. The reason I made this video is because he said something else that's interesting. He said, I think it's also important for those who are copywriters now to really understand the customer journey in a very holistic way. From ads to advertorials to product pages to VSLs to checkout pages, etc. I've been saying that for like 2 years now. In fact, here's proof. In 2024 November, I wrote a 54-page physical report advising all of my newsletter subscribers to switch to cold traffic copywriting because that's where the industry is going. So I've been saying this for a long time. And if you don't believe me, just look at the screen. You can literally see here, issue number 10, November 2024, cold traffic copywriting, the highest paid skill in direct response marketing. In Stefan's tweet, he calls them copy thinkers, but it's the same shit. I just call them cold traffic copywriters because that's what they are. If you're writing ads, advertorials, product pages, etc., you're writing copy for cold traffic, which is real and true direct response. And every single business, no matter how much AI there is or how good AI is at writing copy, every single business needs a person who can put that together and understand how a customer is going to buy something from a Facebook ad all the way to the checkout page, and then how to upsell that same customer. Okay, you might use AI to actually write the copy on each page, but you still need to understand how the journey works and how to write the copy using AI. That is where the opportunity is for copywriters in 2025. Now, he says 10 to 20% of copywriters are going to replace the rest, and that may or may not be true. Only time will tell. But what I can tell you is that the new opportunity and the new meta is in cold traffic copywriting. If 10 to 20% of copywriters are going to replace 80%, then you may as well just join those 10% and learn how to write cold traffic copy. That's the only thing that will guarantee success for you in 2025 is learning how to write cold traffic copy and learning how the entire funnel works from top to bottom. It's literally the highest paid skill in direct response, which is what I said in 2024. In the same report, I also break down why most copywriters will be obsolete in 12 months. Same thing that Stefan's saying. The only copy skills that matter in 2024 and 25, which is cold traffic, how to write cold traffic, the exact funnel structure we use for cold traffic, real numbers from our campaigns, and a bunch more. The reason I made this report in 2024 is because I was seeing the same thing as Stefan, which is that all of the copywriters in the industry were doing the same thing, writing basic emails and shipping them off to clients in a Google Doc. Or maybe here and there they'd write a landing page or whatever. But that's what all of them were doing. On top of that, there's so many courses teaching you how to become a copywriter that don't teach cold traffic. They teach you how to write emails and how to sell it as a service to clients. And while that's a good way to make money, I literally make 6 figures profit per month running an email agency, but we don't write copy, we do everything. All the tech, all the strategy, all the offers, all the audits, all the reporting, literally A to Z email marketing for e-com brands. And if you're interested in working with us, by the way, go to mailerprofit.com and you can join our waitlist. But anyway, the market is saturated with copywriters who can only do that. And they don't understand how the customer journey works. They don't understand how to put together a funnel that helps a business scale. And when you help a business scale, you are helping that business solve their biggest problem, which is new customer acquisition. And as a byproduct of doing that, you literally become the most valuable asset to that business, and they will pay you what you ask for. All you need to do is follow the money. Businesses are spending billions and billions and billions of dollars a year on paid ads. If you can help one of those businesses increase their performance by 1% on a cold traffic funnel, that could mean thousands and thousands and thousands of new customers and millions of dollars in extra revenue per year for that business. If you charge $5,000 for your time or for the work you did to write the advertorials and come up with the split test, and they make millions of dollars off the back of that, it's literally the most no-brainer investment ever. And I've been saying this since last year, and it's starting to happen. Email copywriters are struggling. I get emails all the time from people saying, I write emails, but I can't get any clients. I'm learning how to write copy. Here's some samples. And I look at the samples and it's just like 4 shitty emails. What they don't understand is that all the businesses you want to work with are already running email marketing, and they probably work with someone like me for it. There's no point in trying to start a career if all you want to do is use AI to print out text on a Google Doc. It's just not valued anymore because AI can do all the work for you. But what's still valued and what's even more valuable is helping businesses acquire customers with cold traffic copy. Because like I said, it's the biggest problem to solve for a business. And second of all, it's becoming much harder these days to actually scale an offer on paid traffic. And I would know because I work with 9 and even 10-figure e-com businesses at my agency. And on top of that, last year, I spent $3 million of my own money on paid ads for my own e-com brand. So I can tell you firsthand that it's much harder now to scale profitably on paid traffic than it used to be. And that's because all these businesses don't understand the basic principles of cold traffic, direct response copywriting. And that's where the opportunity is for you. So here's my overall opinion. If you read that tweet and you got scared or you feel unsure about what you should do, here's my advice. Learn how to write cold traffic copy, because there's always going to be businesses who are willing to pay you for it. Because there's always going to be businesses and clients who are willing to pay for it. On top of that, it's one of the easiest services and one of the easiest skills to learn in 2025, especially because of AI. Furthermore, if you learn how to write cold traffic copy in 2025, it's not very hard to get a client to pay you either. With email and Facebook ads and all the other, side hustle businesses that you can start, they're all extremely saturated. But with cold traffic copy, clients don't know where to get it, they all need it, and there's barely any copywriters who can actually do it. That's why it's so easy for people to get quick wins as cold traffic copywriters, just like you see on screen, where all these guys went from, in some cases, dead broke to making tens of thousands of dollars a month with relative ease. And that's only because they learned how to write cold traffic copy. If you're a copywriter and you can't use AI to write cold traffic copy, and you don't understand how the customer journey works, and you don't know how to split test, and you don't know how to write a lead, and you don't know how to write a VSL or a text sales letter or an advertorial, and you don't understand how they all connect together to turn a cold reader scrolling Facebook into a paying customer on the spot, then you need to learn that, because that is where the opportunity is. And right now, if you're in this industry, we're at a crossroads. You can either keep doing what you're doing, which is, write emails and ship out Google Docs to your clients and hope that they make it work, and struggle to sign clients and struggle to charge more because overseas copywriters and VAs from the Philippines are basically writing better copy than you using AI. Or you can pivot and focus on what's really important, which is helping businesses acquire customers profitably on paid traffic. That's the solution here. The solution isn't to be scared. It isn't to be worried, and it isn't to stop writing copy. The solution is to learn cold traffic copywriting using AI and sell that to businesses. Cold traffic copywriting is literally a blue ocean opportunity because e-com businesses always need it, info product businesses always need it, and even software companies and SaaS, they need it too. Furthermore, none of those businesses know copywriters who are actually good enough to do it themselves. And if you can get your offer in front of those businesses, or you can write a free sample and they like it, they will literally pay you thousands of dollars to write cold traffic copy for them, and in the hopes that it beats their control. And that's where the opportunity is. And I'm gonna keep saying that because I'm seeing students in my community, people on my newsletter, make tens of thousands of dollars and literally change their lives just because they learned how to write cold traffic copy and learned how to sell that cold traffic copy to their clients. Just because they learned the basic principles of cold traffic and then use AI to fulfill the service for them. It's the biggest no-brainer opportunity in 2025. And in Stefan's tweet, he calls them copy thinkers. And to him, a copy thinker is somebody who understands the customer journey from, ad to advertorial, to product page, to checkout page, to upsell. To me, that's a cold traffic copywriter, somebody who knows how to write for cold traffic, plain and simple. And even though AI is very good, AI cannot replace that function of a business just yet. Maybe in 2 years it will be able to, but right now it can't. And that's why it's such a no-brainer opportunity in 2025. If you take action and learn how to write cold traffic copy, you can front run all the other copywriters in the industry and take all their clients. And once you get those clients on cold traffic funnels, you can easily upsell them onto email marketing or another service that you can fulfill with AI. Because these businesses still need somebody to fulfill the service for them and manage it for them. Doesn't matter if AI is a thing or not, because those marketing channels aren't going anywhere. The only thing that's changing realistically is the method of fulfillment on those channels. So that's my whole point for this video. Stefan's tweet is 100% correct. I agree with everything he said, and I've been saying the same thing for over a year. But that doesn't mean it's the end of copywriting. It just means that the method is different, and the meta and what works in order to start a copywriting career in 2025 is completely different. If you want to learn how to write cold traffic copy and you want to get results like these, then I have a very simple solution for you. On the 24th of August this month, I'm hosting a free live training where I will show you A to Z how to write a cold traffic funnel from scratch using AI. And this is for total beginners. So if you've never wrote copy in your entire life, you can still attend this training and learn how to write cold traffic copy. And that's not all. For the second half of the free training, I'm going to show you how you can acquire a client using a very simple daily protocol that will let you land your first client within 60 days if you stick to it. And when I say land your first client, we're talking about a $5,000 to $10,000 a month retainer or even more. So if you want to take advantage of where the market's going, then all you need to do is click the link in the description and sign up for my free live training, which is going to be on the 24th of August. So make sure you click the link in the description, sign up. It's completely free, no strings attached, and I hope to see you there.